Okay. Since we're building the puzzle out in all three sandboxes, or rather all three boxes, code boxes, we've got HTML, we've got CSS, and we've got JS. So JS, of course, is the easiest one to remember. That's JavaScript. CSS, so cascade, style sheets, cascading style sheets. I believe CSS means cascading style sheets, and all that is appearance. So HTML, think of structure. Cascading style sheets, or CSS, think of appearance. And JavaScript, JS, think of movement, think of behavior. So we want to give these four blank boxes that you definitely cannot see. We need an appearance. We need them to be seen. Okay, so we're going to move over to the CSS box. Okay, all right, so we're going to go to line 1. Now, we're not going to copy and paste any of those tags, any of those lines from HTML into CSS. What we're going to do is we're going to start again. And we actually have to do something we didn't do in the HTML box. We actually have to use the period. We have to use the period because it represents the class. Just watch. Okay, so we're going to start off with a period, literally a period. And we're going to put puzzle square. And let me think. We want to design the square. So we're going to use different brackets again. And these are going to encompass the width, the height, the length. I'm trying to think. I don't have a set like pixel in mind of what I want the height and the width to look like for the square. So I'm just going to make up numbers that I've recently used in other puzzles. Numbers like 150, so 150 width, 150 height. So let's do that. So we've got dot puzzle square, and then we've got our brackets, which, as you saw, I didn't do anything. As soon as I put in the open bracket, it automatically fastened a closed bracket to it. So we're going to put in width. Sorry if I could spell. All right, and then we're going to use 150px. And then we're going to use a semicolon. We're going to go to height. Let's do 150 again. Yeah, I think so. I think that's really probably the best thing to do. Semicolon again. Background color. Okay. This gets a little tricky. I wish I had it written down somewhere. I'm going to go based on last references that I can remember. So when you're referencing any type of color, it doesn't matter what color you're using. You're always going to start with the hashtag. Let me see. It's going to be D. Let me see. D. Is it D-O or D0? I think it's D0. D0, D0. Okay. And then let's go with border. Actually, hold on a second. I did something wrong. Okay, so we have the width. So if we're spelling out the structure of the actual squares, we actually have to write out what each structure part is. So the width, 150 pixels, as you see on my screen. Height, 150 pixels, as you see on my screen. Well, I just said background color, which means I've got to write background color. Okay. And I think these require, yeah, colon marks as well. Okay. All right. So let's do border, and maybe I'm trying to think from Power BI. Let's go with, I was going to say 5, but let's just go with 2 pixel for the border, and let's make it solid so we can definitely see it. And let's just take a random color. Let's also go with an inline block display. So that's going to be another semicolon. Let's go with display, and that'll be colon, and we're going to put inline block. I wonder if I need to put a hyphen in between, like puzzle square, inline block. Let's see how it looks. We'll go from there. Okay, semicolon again. And then for the margin, we're going to take from Power BI. Let's do 5 pixels. Okay, that's it. I think that should be it. Let me see. I like that. Yeah, I think that works. Hold on. I mean, it, yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. You know, I wonder if hyphening it makes a difference. So let's try this. Let's just put a hyphen in. I don't know. Something just, it's not like quite sitting right with me. Hold on. I'm going to use my, trying to think. Yeah, let's also take this, put hyphen between puzzle and square. In fact, you know what? Yeah, go back to the HTML block. Go ahead and hyphen between puzzle square, puzzle square. Just want to see something. All right, and then let's go ahead. Let's hit save. Okay, all right, so let's scroll down so we can see the squares. Okay, so you see, hold on, let me just move the black bar up. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are just basic squares. So we literally went from having the building block of saying we're going to make a puzzle square to then sizing it, creating the appearance of what we want those 4 squares to look like. That's relatively easy. Now I want to make them move, because just having 4 empty squares, that's not interesting. And how is that a puzzle? Okay, so let's come back to JS. Let's go to JavaScript. Let's move the black bar down. And let's see. So we're referring to the document, and we want the puzzle squares to slightly become animated. So I'm going to put document, query select all. And then, of course, we're going to use a different, well, we're using parentheses now. And so we're going to reference the puzzle square. So it's going to be the class again. So it's going to start, well, we need quotation marks first. I think if I'm correct with the parentheses, we've got to use the single quotation marks, not the double quotation marks. So it's single, and I believe it's going to be dot puzzle square. So I think, and we're going to use the hyphen as well. So we've got document dot query select all dot puzzle square. And then we're going to put a period here. So we're essentially telling the squares how to move. Okay, so for each, and for all of you who actually work in Excel, work with VBA, this is going to be very familiar. I may need to make a separate video that goes over JavaScript more slowly. So do your best to follow along. And if you have any questions, of course, send me, put it in comments or send me emails like you all are doing. Okay, so you have document.querySelectAll.puzzle hyphen square. We're using the single quotation marks, close parentheses, dot for each, and then we're going to do square. So the abbreviation for square, which equals square dot add event listener, I think. Square dot add event listener. Let's do a mouse over for this one. So it's also going to be in the single quotation marks. And so that's going to be mouse over. Comma goes on the outside. Trying to think. Okay, for this one, actually, let's open that up. Let's keep that open, and we're going to have equals square. I'm trying to think. Square transform, I believe is the word. Transform. And that we're going to have to put a scale, though, of how much movement it's going to be. So maybe 1, 2. Let's just go with 2. Let's go with an even number. So we've got equal, and then we've got single quotation mark scale. And then for here, come back, open this up, remove this extra parenthesis. Actually, no, keep that extra parenthesis. You have scale, excuse me. And we're going to put, let's put 2. Yeah, let's just put 2.0. And then we're going to do, so we had scale was open. Okay, scale, you do not use, hold on, do not put the quotation mark there. Put it after that parenthesis. Put the quotation mark there. And let's see, now we just want 1. Okay, and then it should be 2, and that should be it. Hold on, I think that's it. And I think semicolon should just do it. Let's see. Okay. Let me see how that looks. Lift the black bar. Okay. Hold on. Let me get this down. My mouse not working. There we go. Okay, so this should be hovering over. I'm doing something incorrect. See, this really should be hovering over. Huh. I didn't think about this one because the squares are there. We could see them. So we know the HTML block is working. We know the CSS block is working. The JavaScript, I think something's wrong. I think either I've got a misplacement of line data or it's just not working. I wonder, let me see something. Does that have to be, let me see. Ah, well, there you go. Document.query select all is not a function, so that's a problem. So then I wonder if, well, okay, well, I heard what it said, but then, okay, so can query select, how about or all? How's that? Will that work? Okay, that worked. Okay, cool. So go scroll back. Okay, what's the problem now? Query select or all is not a function. Ah, okay. I know for a fact that query selector select or all is a function. Sorry, don't buy it. Okay, something is just not right. Okay. What I think honestly is I think that we need to add, I know it's going to seem kind of odd, but we probably just need to add another animation. And because I don't think having the mouse over, there's no pulsating, there's no tilting, there's no wiggling. Why don't we just make it pulsate? But to do that, the JavaScript has to know what pulsate is. So we have to create that first in CSS. We have to give the instructions to the JavaScript to create that pulsating movement. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come to CSS. We're just going to drop it into our second line. Okay, and all we are going to do, hopefully, I don't know, hold on, let me fix. No, let's keep this up because I can see everything a lot. Well, hold on. Let me try to move this up. I just want to see the square because it keeps going to the image. I need to see the square. Okay, CSS, and let's do add keyframes. Keep it all lowercase. Pulse. Okay, brackets again, open and close automatically. We're going to do the 0, 50, 100 scale. So it's going to be 0%. And then, so that's, hold on a second. Go ahead and remove the close bracket because that's confusing me. It automatically gives you the open and close, but if you're not done adding the information inside of the brackets, for me, it's confusing. So we're going to do at keyframes pulse, as in when the JavaScript part comes next, it's going to pulse. So 0% for transform scale. So that's going to be open bracket, transform, colon marks, scale. Keep it 1 or 2. Keep it 1. Okay, so keep it 1. Transform scale 1. Actually, it doesn't take those. It takes parentheses. 1, close. And then we're going to do semicolon. And then we're going to keep them. Actually, hold on a second. The percentages are supposed to be in or out. No, it has to be inside. So that's 0%. Okay, then we have 50% as the next one. But same thing. We're going to have to, we did a close bracket after the 0% information. So 50% is also going to have an open bracket. automatically does the close bracket. I need you to move. Thank you. So 50% transform. Actually, we could probably just copy this. As long as we do it right. Yeah, just copy that where it says scale. Put that in. And I'll do 109 and close. And then we're going to do 100%. So same thing. Probably just copy. Control C, put this right here. And so it started with 1 at 0. We slightly went up at 50. Let's go back down to 1. Okay, hit save. Okay, hold on a second. How many brackets do I have? 1, 2, 3, 5. I'm missing a bracket. Okay. All right, now hit save again. Now we're going to come back. I'm going to show you. Is it going to be document query select or all? Yeah. We're going to come back to JavaScript. I'm going to go ahead and copy the document.query, select all, go to line 2. Okay, we're going to do the same thing then. Puzzle square. And we're going to keep it that way. And yeah, I think we're going to do it that way. Oh boy, I hope this is right. Okay, let's just come right here. All right, yeah, well, let's just go ahead and copy it. Here, copy up to this part of the square. No, copy over here to the for each. Copy the whole thing again. Just highlight over that document.query selector all. Highlight all the way to where it says for each, and then put it down here in line 2. And then let's go from there to square. Maybe we should have. Actually, you know what? Let's just keep copying. Maybe that's all coding is at this point. It's just copy and paste. Okay, so square equals, and then we're going to do square on mouse. Let's do that. Wait. Well, we have it over there as mouse over. If we could do on mouse, and then if we do on mouse, okay. And then we do square style dot, maybe square style dot animation. Okay, hold on. Can we do square dot style dot animation equals, I'm going to do single, so it's pulse. Let's do 1. No, let's just do like 0.5 second. And we'll do an easy pulse. And then we'll come here, put the parentheses around there, open it up with the semicolon. Okay, I don't know if this is right. I'm actually being honest here. I really don't know. This is the first time I've ever doing this type of puzzle sequence. Okay, but is it actually hovering over? You see that? Is it hovering over? Doesn't look like it's actually moving. You know what I think? I think that I don't think I spelled this correctly. Let me explain something. So when you're putting in certain text, they have to be spelled a certain way. Anybody remembers in Excel with VBA, even in Access, certain words are capitalized and certain words are not. Certain letters are capitalized, certain letters are not. Okay, so query select for all, I believe S for all. Select or all. Okay, so that query select or all. So what we typed up here, let's go copy it, Control C, put it in here. Okay, query select or all. For each, I know this from Excel, you have to capitalize the E there. So for each, come back down to line 2, capitalized E. Add event lists. Okay, I think event, the E should be capitalized and the L should be capitalized. Add event listener. All right, we did that there. And then square transform. Hold on. Hold on. Should the, okay, where we have, see on line 2 how we have square dot style dot animation? I wonder if that should be square up here, should be square dot style dot transform. And I wonder if square should be abbreviated. Let me see. Okay, let's move the black bar up again. Thinking. Okay, do you see movement? I mean, it kind of looks, wait, is the picture and the squares moving? Are they pulsating? Let me see, what does this keep telling me? AQ is not defined. Where do I have AQ? It should be SQ for square. Unless, hold on, how many times did I write this? Actually, okay, so should that be SQ? Shouldn't that be SQ? Try it again. Now what's the problem? Cannot read properties of undefined reading square. Okay, hold on a second. I mean, well then let's just take this out. Curiosity. Let's see, let's take that out then. Can we do it that way instead? Square style animation and then just do a pulse? Okay, well, they haven't come back yet with any errors. All right, let's see. Okay, I can't tell if it's moving. Now, what's the problem? Jeez Louise, I swear. Okay, now it's saying cannot set properties of undefined setting transform. Jeez Louise, how many more of these are we going to end up going to? Okay, so it's telling me that transform. Did I spell everything correctly? Honestly, did I? Hold on. Look up here. Mouse over ST. Put the Y there. Is that it? Oh my god, I think. Sorry. I mean, oh my gosh, I actually think I see movement. Hold on. Okay, I thought I saw movement. I swear to you, I saw movement. Okay, I'm gonna hit save. I think that's actually it. Alright, come on. I know I saw you move. I know I saw you move, unless my eyes are really, really tired. My eyes could just be really, really tired. I may need to hold off on doing any more of this, but okay, so we've got, okay, to my eyes, they're moving slightly, pulsating slightly. I mean, I don't see any more error messages. Okay, I'm gonna call it a break for right now because this is really starting to like make me crazy. Um, hold on a second. You know what? Here, can you make that into 3.0 instead? And let's, sorry, not you, me. Can I make it into 3.0 instead? I just want to see. I swear my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I think there's movement. Hold on. And let's just do for 1.5 and just change everything here. Huh? Huh? Okay. We're going to stop here. And the reason why we're going to stop here is because I might just be really tired. Okay. So we have our squares, we have our appearance of the squares. Supposedly, we are at least beginning the part of movement. Now, the real design part comes into, okay, great, we have 4 squares. Now, what are they going to do, and how are we going to incorporate this to this image? Can we go back in, and can we have the puzzle either take the image and transform it, or keep the image where it's at and then just come back down to the 4 squares and have them do something entirely different? So to be continued.